Sam is a wonderful husband, a good provider. He loves me, and I never doubted that for a minute. But Sam isn't so good in bed. Barely, but barely is not what you need when you are young and have strong sexual desires like I do. I've found something that helps satisfy my sexual hunger. No, it's better to be honest, that completely satisfies me and allows me to accept Sam for who he is. I love him. I really do. But sex is a very strong desire, and a girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do. Like I said, I've found what works for me, but it's what carries the problem. To be able to do what I want to do, I have to get past Sam. Sam is insanely jealous and possessive, and my leaving the house to get sexual gratification will cause him anxiety. But I know my Sam, and I know I can get what I want without Sam feeling threatened. I just needed to tell it in a way that Sam wouldn't worry. So, are you going to help me do it? I don't know, girlfriend. What if he blabs? He won't. You know him, Mary. He's a great guy. He won't talk about you. He'll look at you differently, but no more than that. That's what I don't understand. He's a great guy, so why risk losing him over it? We can keep it quiet and he'll never know. That won't happen. At least, not if you help me. Okay, sweetheart. But don't blame me if it all blows up in your face. All that remained was to get the timing right. The call had to come in while Sam was either in the garage or in the basement by the phones, and Sam had to pick up a split second after I answered, and then hear enough to make him want to stay on the line and see what else he could hear. I tried for days to figure out how to do this, but eventually came to the conclusion that it wouldn't work. Too many mistakes and misconceptions. The solution came to me, oddly enough, from a television soap opera. I was watching TV, folding clothes, when Chad appeared on the screen and walked in while Laura was on the phone with her lover. Laura saw Chad and immediately said, "I gotta go. I'll talk to you later." Her mannerisms raised suspicion, and Chad asked, "Who was that?" "Oh, that." That was Anne. We were discussing Martha's baby shower. Chad clearly didn't believe her, and it was evident on his face when the screen switched to the commercial. This was it. This was it. To make Sam suspect something enough to make him want to eavesdrop. That afternoon, I made sure I was standing with my phone in my hands when Sam got home. Trying to look guilty as hell, I quickly said, "I have to go. I'll talk to you later," and hung up. Sam didn't react in any way, but it was too soon. It would be days before it got to him. That night at dinner, the prearranged call from Mary came through, and I let Sam answer it. He said hello 3 times before hanging up. Funny, I heard breathing, but no one said anything. The first step in a couple more serious ones already planned for the next day. It took a very good time for the first call the next day. I was talking to Mary on my cell phone when I heard Sam pull into the garage. As soon as I heard the car door slam shut, I counted down 3 seconds and said, "Now," and then turned the phone off. The phone rang just as I saw the doorknob start to turn, and I answered it. "Hello?" "Hey, baby," I said as Sam walked into the room and then quickly said, "Sorry, you must have the wrong number," and hung up. This time I saw Sam's face reflect something. What followed was the second move of the day. Sam had a bowling night, and he usually left the house and headed to the lane by 7:30. While he was changing, I went out to the garage and let the air out of the left rear tire. Sam can't stand my little compact, so I knew he'd rather change a tire than take my car. When he was ready to go, he kissed me goodbye and left. All around the living room I could hear, "Oh shit, sleep with me." It was 15 minutes after his usual departure before he finished changing the tire, and as soon as I heard the trunk slam shut, I told Mary, who was already calling my cell phone, "Now," and disconnected. The phone rang just as Sam walked in the door. I answered it, said I had the wrong number, and hung up. I saw Sam look at me, and the look on his face told me that he thought something was rotten in Denmark. The night wasn't over yet. And if I knew Sam as well as I thought I did, I knew what was going to happen next. Sure enough, at 9:10 the phone rang, and the caller ID showed it was Sam's cell phone. I smiled and let the phone keep ringing. At 10:15 there was another call from Sam's cell phone, and at 11:20 there was another call. I didn't answer either of them. At 10:30, I drove the car out of the garage and left it in the driveway for 45 minutes, then drove it back into the garage. When Sam got home at 11:30, he must have heard the crackle, crunch, and pop that the cooling engine made and, if I was lucky, even put his hand on the hood to see if it was warm. Watching from the window as Sam pulled up in front of the house, I rushed upstairs and hastily climbed into the shower. Ever since Sam and I had gotten married, I had never showered at night. I always showered in the morning. If the combination of wrong numbers, an unanswered phone when I was supposed to be home, a hot car in the garage, and me in the shower at night didn't make Sam work overtime, nothing would. Sam was in the bedroom undressing when I got out of the shower. He looked at me. "Did you go anywhere tonight?" "Number watched TV and read a little. Why?" "Nothing. Just wondering." I smiled inwardly. I see. The next day, Sam called home 5 times, and with the help of caller ID, I made sure I didn't pick up. After lunch, I did the hot car trick, and Sam cast a searching look at me when he got home, but didn't say a word. Over the next 2 days, while Sam was home, 3 wrong numbers came in, and I didn't answer any of his many calls except for one on the second day. The exception was when I answered one of them at 4:30. Out of breath from running into the house to get the phone and using the hot car trick as icing on the cake in the afternoon. Sam didn't say anything. The next day was Saturday, and on Saturday, Sam always worked in the garage or basement, and I hoped that was when I finally hooked him. After breakfast, Sam went to the basement. I grabbed my cordless phone, went outside, walked around the house on the dark side, and peeked in the basement window. I waited while Sam worked next to the phone, then quickly dialed a number on my cell phone, and when Mary answered, said, "Girlfriend," and disconnected. 30 seconds later, the phone rang, and I waited until Sam reached for the receiver. When he picked up, I pressed the button on the cordless phone and hopefully made it in time. He brought the receiver up to his ear when I said, "Yes, love, I can talk. Sam is busy in the basement." Through the window, I saw that Sam hadn't hung up, and I breathed a sigh of relief. A week of preparation had taken its toll. "Are you sure he doesn't know?" Mary asked. "I know my Sam, honey. If he suspected something, I'd know." "Dave's gone to his folks for the day. Any chance you could come?" "I don't know, love. What's in it for me?" "I'll have fun with you until you scream." "Well, lover, I like the way you do it." "You're not so bad yourself." "All right, lover. I'll finish breakfast, then I'll make my excuses to Sam, then I'll go to him." "Hurry up, baby, before I go crazy." I hit the off button and watched as Sam hung up in the basement and just stood there staring at the wall. I was washing dishes when Sam came up from the basement. "Who was that on the phone?" "Mary. She wanted to know if I could come over and help her with the quilt she's working on." "Are you coming over?" "I don't have anything else urgent to do today, so if you don't have anything, I think I'll go. I haven't seen her in a while, and it'll give me a chance to catch up on all the gossip." "What time do you think you'll be home?" "I think about 5 or so. I'll get some steaks out of the freezer before I go. Would steak and baked potatoes be okay for dinner?" "You know I like meat and potatoes. You can never go wrong with steak." She came over and kissed me. "I'll probably be in the basement when you leave. Have fun." I knocked on the door, and when it opened, I smiled and stepped inside. "Did it work?" "Like a charm." He listened to the whole conversation, and when I told him I'd be gone until 5, he told me to have fun. I never thought it would work. It worked. Now he knows exactly where I'll be during the day while he's at work, which means we can play almost all day Monday through Friday and sometimes Saturday. He can look at me and smile to himself, thinking I'm fooling him about something. Fantastic. Yes, isn't it? And we have Mary to thank. I couldn't have done it without her. And speaking of Mary, I also have to thank her for telling me about how well you fit and what a fantastic lover you are.